Rumors spreading round in that Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing. Well, here it's fine if you got the time.
Hey everybody, staying with Sweet Smokie Joe's again. And today we're doing a bastard tri-tips. More on that later, but let's get to it. All right, so today we're going to do a tri-tip, but we're going to be using a lot of different techniques. So many things are out there, like you need to do it this way, you need to do it that way. Well, you know what? We're going to throw all of that out the window. We're going to do it our way. So I've got here a tri-tip. It's pretty obvious when they call it that because there are 3 tips. A lot of people call this a poor man's brisket, but you know what? This is completely underestimated. This is a really good piece of meat. So I've already got it rinsed off. I got it dried. So now what we're going to do is just kind of trim it up a little bit. So here on the top side, I'm just going to go ahead and just take off some of the, little excess fat and things like that. And if you notice on what I like to call the underside, you've got this fat cap here. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. It all depends on how you're going to cook it. What we're going to do is we're going to do a smoke to get some bark on it. And then we're going to come back and we're going to sear it off. So I don't want to take a whole bunch of this off because it's going to be on there long enough to render. Now tri-tips usually cook a little fast, or a lot faster than briskets, obviously. And where a brisket's going to sit on there about, 4 or 6 hours, these things can cook probably in about 45 minutes to an hour. So I want to leave it a little bit on here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let it sit on there, and I want this fat to render down through my meat. So I'm going to get this trimmed up. I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, we got most of the fat trimmed up here, and check this out. That's how much you're going to find on a regular tri-tip. You trim it up as much as you want. I did leave just a little bit. But again, we're calling this the bastard tri-tip. Why? Because we're doing everything to it. First thing we're going to do, normally I would salt this, put it in the refrigerator, and go ahead and let it kind of dry out like a little bit like you would a steak or anything else. But today we're going to brine it in a barbecue bath by Sweetwater. Of course, everything you see here you can find at SweetSmokieJoe.com. That's SMOKIE, right? SweetSmokieJoe.com. This right here, a particular one from the Sweetwater Spice Company, is smoked habanero. It's got a little bit over of a medium spicy profile to it. But we're going to take this, and we're going to mix it according to the directions, and we're going to put it right in here, and we're going to let this baby sit. And you know what? It only says it needs to sit for about an hour, but we're going to let it sit overnight because I want to be able to get all this. I've used this product before, and they are absolutely delicious. You might have already seen it on the Cornish game hens that I did when I spatchcocked those. Well, this is another flavor profile, and it was so good last time. I'm going to go ahead and do it on this right here. So I'm going to get this mixed to direction, per the directions. When we come right back, let's see what it looks like. All right, so here's our brine solution. We've got it in the bowl. We got it completely submerged in the meat. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a cap on it. We're going to put it in the refrigerator, and we'll be back tomorrow. So unfortunately, I won't have the pretty shirt on tomorrow, but we'll be able to get this thing to the next step, which is season up and then on the Traeger and get some smoke to it. So see you tomorrow. All right, so here's the next morning, probably about 12 hours where it's been sitting in the brine, the marinade here. Let's take a look at it. All right, let's see here. So what we got? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. This is going to be something good. And you can tell that Sweetwater, smoky habanero, all that good flavor on there. Oh man, That looks great. We're going to do the underside first. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, just kind of shake off just a little bit of the excess. Now this right here, this brine mixture, this bath, it's going to be my binder. So we'll set that right there. You can tell I left just a little bit of that on there to render down because this is a very lean piece of meat. So let me get my, kind of get some stuff rearranged, my hands washed up, and we're going to come right back here and we'll show you what we're going to season it with. Okay, so the rub we're going to be using on this tri-tip today is going to be from JonseyQ out of Mississippi, all right? This is going to be his cow pal, and he says on here that this is a competition brisket and steak rub. Says it's a game changer. Said it's ready to transform any ordinary beef with lip-smacking cow pal. So let's try it. Let's see what it's going to do here. All right, let's see what top we open is. Okay, so you got a spoon and a shake. So again, like I said, we're going to use the bath as our binder here. There we go. Brand new can here. So we're going to season this up with this cow pal. And everyone knows how to season. So I'm going to go ahead and get this seasoned up with this JonseyQ cow pal. Come back, we'll take a look at it as we get ready to let it rest. So as you can see, we got this seasoned up here with this JonseyQ cow pal. It poured really well, smells really good, looks absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm just going to let it sit there, no heat or anything like that. I'm just going to let it sit there and try to let this thing come up to room temperature because it's been sitting in that bath in the refrigerator all night long. So I'm going to bring it up to a little bit to room temperature. After that, we're going to go outside and put it on the grill. See you then. All right, so this is what it looks like after it is set there and kind of had time to come up to room temperature a little bit. Fixing to take this meat probe here, and I'm just going to go ahead and try to find the thickest part, which looks like it's going to be right in here, and just kind of measure it out a little bit so I can get the tip right where I need it to be. And I'm going to go ahead and insert this probe here. There we go. There. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it out on the pellet grill. I'm just going to let it super smoke for a few hours because we're fixing to go out and hit the pool. And we'll come back and check it. And at that time, we'll pick it up from there. All right, so we got the internal temperature up to about 137, 138. We're trying to get it between the medium and medium well so Shano and I both can enjoy it. So let's see what we have. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to take this probe out here. What we're going to do now is we're going to take it, we're going to set it to the side. Yeah. All right, so we'll set this aside to rest. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the grill up as high as it'll go. We're going to get ready to do that reverse sear. Try to get it to about 150 degrees. So get this thing turned up. Be back in a minute. All right, so here it is, off the grill, seared up, ready to go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut it up first. And so what we're going to try to do is cut it on the bias. Bias means we're going to kind of go against the grain. So first thing we're going to do is, you see this little indentation right here. So all these grains are running this way, and all these grains are running around this way. So we're going to basically, if you want to put it in layman's terms, is we're going to cut it in half. All right, you ready? Here we go. We're going to look at this together. All right. So what we got here is a good medium well. So now cutting across the bias means we're going to get a better texture and more quote unquote tenderness when we eat it. So these grains are running along this way. So we want to cut against those. Angle my knife just a little bit and we're just going to cut them right on down. Just like this. We'll pull this off and you can see the meat in there and see how it tugs across. You can kind of see how the grains move. So, nice little smoke ring right there. But I've got to try it right now. Here we go. First taste. What can I say? All right, I'm gonna get this cut up. And then what we're gonna do, now that I taste it with that marinade and that bath, and then rub on top, wow, it is exploding with flavor. We're gonna use some of this Mad Raccoon barbecue sauce. Like I said, this is a bastard tri-tip. We're trying a little bit of everything. So we're gonna try some of this Mad Raccoon. I'm gonna let you know what it tastes like. All right, so you see we got the brisket cut up right here. Nice little smoke ring. Perfect little cookness in there. Medium well. So now we're gonna try, we've already tried the seasoning. We tried the bath. It is absolutely exploding with flavor. Mad Raccoon, this is their gourmet barbecue sauce. They also have another one called Smoking Halt. You can get all these at sweetsmokiejoe.com, S-M-O-K-I-E, right? And this right here that says it gluten-free, no MSG, no high fructose corn syrup, all kinds of good stuff in here. And it says layer upon layer of flavor burst forth. It says once you try it, you'll be mad for it too. So let's give it a shot. So, just take this nice little end piece right here. Dip it in a little bit of this Mad Raccoon. Be sure to taste it. That's some good barbecue sauce, y'all. I promise you. This right here, some good barbecue sauce. So, Mad Raccoon barbecue sauce, JonseyQ, Cow Pow, Sweetwater, the spicy habanero bath. Oh my gosh, tri-tip. Tell you what, we got supper for a couple of nights. So, you know how we're gonna end it, right? Sweet Smokie Joe.
Rumors spreading round United Texas town about to shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.